And okay, so welcome everyone. This is our Wednesday night Morphic Field Tribe sessions. And today, in honor of Earth Day, we're going to do an Earth Day related constellation. So everyone has your Post-its, tabletop, quiet space, and pen. And we're basically going to mirror what I'm doing here and walk our way through the constellation. And just to let everyone know, you can't get constellation work wrong or right. It's really using your intuition, and I'll guide you through it. You can follow along with this constellation at any day. It doesn't have to be Earth Day. So I'm going to flip my camera right now so that you can see my tabletop. And then we're going to get started. All right, so we're going to start by placing us into the field. So we're actually on a piece of paper, Post-it. We're going to write us. So US, us, and then we're going to draw this arrow up top, pointing out. That's the direction in which we're facing the field, like this is a living map. And so let's place us kind of right here, kind of in the center, and let's really get present to us and see how us shows up in the field. And so noticing how us presents itself, and it could be us on the call, and it could be us in the world. So just notice how that shows up for you, perhaps groups of friends or family, just noticing how us occurs to you. And you may also be noticing like how us is occurring right now in this time. So what we're going through right now with the coronavirus and the awakening. So just noticing how us is showing up for you. And you could also be experiencing us throughout time as well, collectively. And what thoughts are there or emotions? So you may be noticing that within the group of us, there's certain people who are a certain way, and then maybe others in another way. So just again, noticing how that shows up for you. And then one step further, you can sense how us is relating to what's around them, how us is responding to the environment around them, around us. And I'm actually going to take a share right now. So, and again, you're going to have to unmute yourself. So please, can someone share what showed up for them when us came into the field? And if we're not having active sharing, I will call on you. So please, let's have someone share.
Hi, Dimpy. For me, for us, what showed up was a mix of emotions that I'm feeling right now. Is the fear created in the outside when I'm relating to the outside world. It's the fear, and it's the fact that I have no choice right now to be able to do or go out or get things. There's a little bit of worry, not to a very high degree, but yes, it's there. It's present in my body.
Yeah, thank you. I do sense that there's almost this fence around you, like there's this, because of what's happening right now, like we're not.
Exactly. It's like you're living in a no choice universe. You're just like, yeah, you nailed that. It's inside a fence.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's take the next step into the field. We're actually gonna add, let's call it Earth Day. We'll do Earth Day right now. We're actually gonna look right at it. So we're writing Earth Day on a Post-it with that arrow, and let's look at it. So we're gonna place it in front of us. And placing your hand on Earth Day, let's bring Earth Day into the field. So see how Earth Day shows up. Perhaps you're sensing the meaning. Let's hear and feel what that meaning is. Is there a type of celebration? Or is there other elements to it? Perhaps not celebration. Perhaps the cause of why Earth Day is here. So just noticing what that is for you. Noticing how Earth Day is showing up. You may be seeing activity in regards to Earth Day. So let's also, as we do that, let's place our hand on us and let's see how us is responding to Earth Day. Do we know what it is? How do we relate to Earth Day? So perhaps some of us are connected to Earth Day. Perhaps some of us are actually celebrating this and some of us are not. What is our awareness? And let's just, again, place our hands both, so one on Earth Day and one on us. Just noticing that awareness of it in relationship to it. And we're gonna actually, what we're gonna do, we're gonna place Earth Day back here. We're gonna bring in the actual Earth. So let's place Earth Day back there and bring in the Earth. We're going to look at the Earth. So let's bring this in front of us and feeling into the Earth. See how that appears for you. How does that occur for you? Perhaps you are literally noticing the Earth. So how is it occurring? Are there emotions involved or sensations, energy? Feeling that energy? And then you can also, as we do this constellation, feel into the other parts of the field. So feeling into Earth Day, there may be a movement for Earth Day and it feels like to actually come behind the Earth as a support. So let's actually move that there so that the Earth feels supported by Earth Day. Like there's a purpose for Earth Day here. Let's just have the Earth feel that support. And a lot of what we do in constellations is adding support for different parts. So bringing this awareness of support. And then we can place our hand, let's just place our hand on us and see how us is relating to the Earth. What's our relationship to the Earth, us collectively? And again, you may notice different parts of us relating to the Earth and different parts of us relating to it differently. So some connected and some not. And then let's place our hand both on us and the Earth at the same time. And when you feel into both of us and the Earth at the same time, what do you notice is the connection there? And now let's hear if there's any messages from the Earth to us. So what does the Earth want to tell us? And are there any messages from us to the Earth? Is there anything that wants to be acknowledged from us? So relay those messages now. And can someone share what this experience was like, and if there's any messages that were revealed? Can I have someone share what those are?
I'll share. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Ian, go ahead.
This is Leslie.
Leslie.
I was picking up from the earth. I just kept sensing this, I want to be seen, like a, not like a human neglect. It felt more like a, I mean, the only word I can think of is a neglect, but it didn't feel like a human emotion, if that makes any sense. Just grateful for the attention right this minute, but just a big desire to be seen more fully, or maybe it's appreciated, or I really just felt a desire to be seen.
Yeah, thank you for that. And it feels like, and we'll hear from more people, it feels like a lot of us don't actually see the earth. And there is this desire for the earth to want to be seen and acknowledged. So we're actually gonna add the next step. So let's bring in, we're gonna call it honoring. So part of Earth Day is honoring. So honoring the earth. So let's actually bring this into the field. We'll just call it honoring. And we're gonna place this by the earth right now. Let's just have it look at the earth. So placing your hand on honoring, let's see how that shows up in the field. And then you can also place your other hand on the earth. And it feels like there is a movement to look at honoring. So feeling that movement. So let's actually have the earth look at honoring. So this kind of feels like a ritual right now, or again, an honoring of the earth, paying respect to it right now. Acknowledging what is so, and then now we're going to honor the earth. So let's have the earth receive that right now. So feeling the energy of honoring and giving that to the earth. So we're all facilitating that right now. So it feels like an honoring and a respect. Perhaps a humility. So really presence that. And just notice how the earth is receiving this honoring. And what is there for the earth right now? Perhaps there are some messages as the earth is receiving this honoring, respect, and humility. And I want to hear from some of you who wants to share. What are you feeling the earth is responding as they're receiving this honoring? Or what shows up for the earth through this process? Can I have someone share? Nicole, can you share, please? I'm going to start calling up people.
All right. It seems she really likes what Native peoples do, like the Native Americans, for example, or other a little bit more tribal Native cultures. And it might be good for more of us to kind of keep this in mind a little bit. But it was, I don't know, I just got a very strong sense of the things I know about. In my own country, there were older cultures as well that would be more in tune with the actual earth and honoring, you know, the cycles of the seasons, the way things were planted, and the cycles of the moon as well, kind of in all this. And I don't know, that it was just a very beautiful image of or several images of this honoring. So
Yes.
of people being very much in tune with nature in general.
So there's this message of that is how I am honored.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. That's beautiful. So seeing the rituals and the respect of different people's rituals and connecting to the earth, and again over the seasons, and having this symbiotic relationship with the earth, and the earth loves that. She loves that. That's how she can be honored. Anyone else want to share what showed up for them?
Hi, Dimpy. This was really very beautiful for me. This part of the honoring and the earth connection. That entire thing about the lack of acknowledgement that we felt in the first place. I couldn't feel too much towards Earth Day. So for me, the connection was more with Earth. So this honoring, really, you could just feel as if, I don't know, my heart just kind of, opened up, and you could feel as if the earth is soaking up this honoring, as Nicole put it very well, in the form of rituals. There were several images of rituals of how it was honored, and it was a very beautiful feeling. Like, it was just as if the earth was soaking it, and as if, like, my heart was the earth and it was soaking it, and it was just feeling so good about it. So this felt really good.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I feel like this next step is showing up as we're speaking. So there's this great support and honoring. Let's turn the earth around so that this honoring is behind them. And it feels like there are this energy and these people and these traditions and this relationship supporting the earth. And we're going to place this next part in. So letting the earth feel, again, the support of Earth Day and the support of this honoring behind them. And again, us. And more, it feels like more and more awareness is coming from us. So allowing and facilitating more and more of us to become aware. Let's bring in healing. So we're just going to write healing on a Post-it. And then with that arrow, and let's have healing face the earth. So placing your hand on healing, and see how healing shows up for you. Noticing the energy of it. Perhaps you're sensing particular entities or angels or whatever energy that is there for you directing this healing. So let's feel into the energy of healing first. And then we can, so leaving one hand on healing and then the other hand on the earth, let's have the earth receive. And if you feel that the earth wants to be actually connected here to healing, you can move the earth closer. So just move that around for you as it feels right. And let's have the earth receive. And so just being a facilitator in your field to have the earth receive this healing. So you are facilitating this right now. And also, as you feel into this, listen if there's any messages from the earth as the earth is healing. What is her response to receiving this? And then also from healing, are there any communications, messages from healing? So again, in the field, what wants to be seen, what wants to be seen, heard, and spoken is what is revealed. So allow this communication to come up as part of the healing. And again, you are facilitating this healing. And as the earth is receiving that, let's actually add this next step. So also part of Earth Day is environmental protection. So we're actually going to place that into the field right now as Earth is healing. And we're literally going to call it environmental protection. Environmental, squeezing that on there, protection. A rather technical term, but we're going to call it what it is, environmental protection. And let's actually just place that right here for now. So let's feel into environmental protection. And also part of that, and if you feel like adding that to this is responsibility as well. So let's feel into environmental protection. Let's see how that occurs. You may noticing people, again, an energy. So notice how those systems, organizations, notice how they show up for you, how that shows up for you. I'm seeing some people actually with tablets, writing things. They're assessing the situations, assessing different situations. So see how that shows up for you. And then keeping your hand also, so keeping your hand on environmental protection, let's feel back into the earth. Also, so still receiving that healing, but let's have the earth recognize and acknowledge this environmental protection. How does the earth feel when that's there? So noticing how adding that in, how the earth feels. Is there a greater awareness, or is there do you feel a sense of protection for the earth? Does the earth feel protected? Part of the healing. And let's have a share here before we go on to the next step. Who wants to share? Either any step as far as when the earth began to heal, and then also environmental protection when we added that in. Who wants to share? And there's only 4 of you, so you guys are going to have to speak up because Lorianne had
Right, I will.
Thank you.
I feel the earth as very, very powerful. So she has very strong self-healing properties. And for some reason, compared to that, the environmental efforts are good, but people are kind of small. And it's there was something like the earth will survive. Whether people will, that's not so clear. So all those efforts are well-meaning and actually in a way also self-serving, because that might allow us as humans to actually survive. But for me, the earth message was very, very strong. She is going to heal herself, whatever it takes. And we might or might not participate in that. So that's what I got.
Thank you. And thanks for saying that. Let's check back in with us and environmental protection. So it feels like what I'm noticing when environmental protection comes into the field, more of us are aware. So just noticing how that shifts for us. More of us are being forced to become aware. Some of us may be angry at first at environmental protection because they're being affected by it. There's also this greater awareness as well. So checking back in with the other parts when we add the parts to the constellation. So just checking back in with how they're all relating. And so I want you guys to add right now, let's feel if we can, okay. So we can actually move healing back. So let's do that. So this is still happening. And it feels like we're gonna put something over here. So let's let the earth, there's something that just showed up into the field. We're gonna kind of do a little turn here. Okay. There's something about, okay, joy and enjoying the earth. So actually enjoying her. So let's see how we want to call that. Joy and play. So perhaps joy and play. And let's just write that out. And please do what calls to you. So feel into what the earth is wanting right now. So it feels like joy, play, like to actually play with her and perhaps and love her and connect with her. So feeling your feet on the earth. So joy, play, love, connection. And if there's anything else that you want to add there, please do that. And let's place this in front of her. And I also feel like perhaps we overlap that with us a little bit. So do what feels right for you. So when we add joy, play, love, and connection, let's first add that in here. So I'm seeing actually lots of kids that just showed up too. So see what shows up for you here. Like a joyful, playful, childlike energy. And then placing your hand on the earth as well. So let's feel how the earth responds when joy, play, love, and connection come in. It feels like perhaps she may bring that to her. If that's there for you, go ahead and make that movement. And then let's feel also how us is responding to that. So you can feel into the earth, us, joy, play, love, and connection at the same time. And if there's feel into your own field, if there's further movement, perhaps joy, play, love, and connection wants to integrate with us. And we can actually do that right now if it calls to you. So placing joy, play, love, and connection underneath us. Let's feel into that together, integrated. And then we can have the earth turn back to us, facing us. So let's feel into that together. And listen for any messages as well. Maybe there's a new awareness for us. And can I have someone share at this point? Can someone share, please?
Now this, I'll share, Dimpy. I think this is, I think the healing for Earth began when the honoring began, and then went on to healing and other things. But what's really healing it is this new addition of the joy, the love, the play and connection, as if this is really what the Earth, this is what it means when it needs acknowledgement and honor. For me, there was an image of like this pitter patter of, child feet and laughter and clapping, and so those are the images that were coming up when I was talking about joy and play and love and connection. So this, and the integration part felt so natural. Like when you said you integrated, I was almost like on my way of wanting to put it, because it became a part. And once this integration happened, then when I was connecting with the earth, the connection seemed so much stronger and so much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was my experience.
Thank you, Dimpy. Thank you for sharing. And I'm also feeling another movement here, and see if this calls to you. I'm actually feeling that the earth wants us to like actually be on top of her. So if you're feeling that, so let's actually do that. So we're going to take us that's integrated with joy, play, love, and connection. And I'm feeling like doing this move. So we'll kind of have the earth here, and let's have us connect with the earth in that way. So there's like us connecting and standing on the earth. So the bottoms of our feet on the earth, supported by the earth. Let's feel how that is. How does the earth feel when we're connecting to her in this way? And perhaps as you do this, placing your other hand on honoring, and see how honoring is connected to this movement here of us connecting with the earth. So let's just feel a little bit more into that. I feel like there's some celebration going on. There is some healing going on. When we connect with the earth, we heal, and the earth also participates in healing. So the earth is also healing. There's this circular energetic exchange that happens. So just notice the support both ways, the support of the earth to us, and then it's perhaps a sense of the earth is doing what the earth is intended to do. And also receiving any messages that you may be receiving as well. So I'm actually feeling like moving Earth Day back here a little bit and giving some space here, and we'll see why the field wants us to do that. So if that calls to you, please do that. There's something about seeing here, having this space here for us. Feels to me like a bit of the future. So looking into the future right here. So having this clear space connected with the earth. So when we connect with the earth, there's this, feels like there's this clarity that comes. This healing. Okay. I feel like this constellation is complete. If there's anyone, can we have a person share? Anything that came up? What was your experience when connected with the earth?
It's Leslie. I'll share.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm trying not to overthink it, and yet I'm struggling for words, which is causing me to think. um, I, I just keep getting this sense of there's this interdependency between like in this sort of ideal, like we were kind of us and Mother Earth were designed to I mean we're connected, but there's a disconnect, and there's that, I think that, like when I shared earlier, there's like this desire to be seen so that we can have that interconnection or a better connection. And so I ended up adding respect, and I knew that wasn't the right word, but it was more of just reverence. I was just getting that the sense of like the there's like a wisdom that, and I know I'm rambling, I'm really struggling to try to put words to what I was getting. Just this sense that the earth has a wisdom that I don't even know why I'm thinking this, that we need the earth more than she needs us. And we are lacking that connection, and she knows that we need it.
Yeah.
And I guess the only, so she, yes, did like that integration and the healing. And I kept getting this sense of like Earth Day felt like it's great, but it almost felt like this superficial, like it's a distraction to really connecting like we think we are because we have Earth Day, but it's like this false, like we're not really, just I don't know. I'm so struggling to put words to what was coming to me. I think that's the best I can do.
So it's not it's about the actual, it's not about the Earth Day, it's about the actual Earth. And what I'm also hearing, Leslie, is so this is great, and then also the Earth wants us to also keep acknowledging it and seeing it as well. So there's also what also keeps showing up for me, and we can place this into the field, and thank you for adding your own parts as well, listening to your own intuition. There's something about light, and let's just bring that into the field. So we'll write light on a piece of paper here, and let's shine this light over here. So we're going to place it over here. So let's feel into how the light is affecting the field here. And see how that light affects your field. And then also, Leslie, for you, if this calls to you, there may be an unknown for you that you want to bring into the field. So perhaps there's an unknown, and you can always put an X on a piece of paper and place it into the field. So that which is missing, that would make a difference. So placing that unknown and placing that in, and see how that affects your field here. And what do you notice?
Are you asking me or?
Yeah. Did you place an unknown, or did you?
I did. I definitely feel that that it's there, but I'm not sure. I don't really have a sense of what it is. But yes, that it's it has a place.
Yeah. And you don't have to know what that is. And so just have it support the earth. So have it support the field, and perhaps it's actually supporting the field and relating to the wholeness of the field. So just notice what's there. And this light, it does feel like, and see what it is for you, like it's shining a light on all of this. So again, wanting to be seen. The earth is wanting to be acknowledged. And see how that shows for you. And perhaps the earth is doing just fine. All right, so I think we'll end this constellation. Is there any last before we do? Is there any last comments or messages or anything that anyone wants to say?
I'd like to share, Dimpy. I really like this part about the adding of the unknown. Though you meant it for Leslie, but it called out for me, and I did it too. And I guess I was just feeling as if there was something missing, because oh yeah, we've honored and we've healed and there's light, but there was still some mystery, which was not logically showing up, but it was there in the background, something. So that made a lot of. I'm just adding what I haven't shared already. And also what really helped me was moving the Earth Day, because that space created a lot of space somehow when he created that space in the constellation. That movement that you felt, that really felt good, because I somehow wasn't initially also connected so much to the Earth Day. I found it a little superficial. And when you made that movement, somehow it just felt like so much better, less pressure, and
Yeah.
suddenly there was a creation of space. So I like that part.
Yeah. Thank you. And again, for you guys, part of these Wednesday night sessions are to get you guys really in tune with facilitating your constellations. So me taking more of a back seat some nights, and you following your own intuition. If that means placing in certain parts, modifying certain parts, I encourage you to do that. If you're feeling your own movement, please do that. If a part wants to leave your field, you can also do that as well. So this is part of training to do that as well. So I think we're going to end this here. And again, let's hear if there's any last messages from the field. And please do that for. So I am hearing on my end a gratitude for us looking at this today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to add a teeny tiny little bit. When Dimpy was speaking about celebration earlier and bringing in, I don't know, this image of kids being happy, I felt a lot of the healing happens through the celebrating. For some reason, those two went together for me. And I just wanted to share that because I find that very beautiful.
Wonderful. Thank you. Perfect. Wonderful, guys. Okay, I think we'll end it here. So thank you for joining today's, I'm going to switch my camera, today's celebration of the earth. And again, really wanting, the earth really wanting to be acknowledged and seen and honored. And again, within us, there's a part of us that is the earth that is wanting to acknowledge and honor and heal as well. So thank you guys for being a part of this. And we will see you, a lot of you will see soon, maybe tomorrow, tomorrow morning, or on video, or replay. All right, guys, good night, good morning, wherever you are.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dimpy. Thanks, guys. Bye, Nicole. Bye, Leslie. Bye, Ann.